Well, hi everybody. As you can see, some cool stuff arrived yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. First of all, I got my Belgium t-shirt from Jerome. The day later, the Good Beer Guide of Belgium arrived. And yesterday, when I got home from work, the flag had arrived. So thank you very much, Jerome. Much appreciated. Adds a huge splash of colour, and I know how much the dude appreciates his flag and t-shirt. So thank you very much for that, Jerome. One of the things I did want to mention was to pass my own opinion on the recent clip that we got of the new documentary that's going to be coming out at some point, Convicting a Murder. And of course the clip where we see Andy, who's known as AC Rookie, I believe, on Twitter, interviewing Ken Kratz. And Ken Kratz can't help but use the term, kick the body. For me, that is just typical Ken Kratz. It is so, crass is a good word, disrespectful. And in a way, it's typical Kratz in that he's trying, often he'll say things to try and disarm and put off the people that he's speaking to by the terms that he uses, to make them feel uncomfortable because of the way that he's spoken. We've had 3.5 years of listening to his nonsense. It doesn't surprise us, but I couldn't let it go without at least adding my own opinion on Ken Kratz. It's just a completely vile creature. It just shows his self-centeredness. There's only one person that's important in his life, and that's him. He has no respect whatsoever for anybody else. As far as he is concerned, he is perfect. Everybody else is just worthless. Anyway, as was witnessed by that, to come out with that, what does a coroner do? Just kicks the body and says, yeah, he's dead, or it's dead. It's just, as I say, it was designed to make Andy try and make him feel uncomfortable, sort of put him on the back foot, kind of a shock tactic. But you don't shock us anymore, Kratz. Talking of Kratz, will he be on Guiltathon? A lot of people have been asking me. I'm not the organiser, of course, of Guiltathon. I must admit, I don't mind giving Falcon a hand, because he is a keen supporter of the Cozy Wrecking Crew. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I don't know if Ken Kratz has been approached. I do know that the names that have been posted so far are himself, Falcon Apoda, whatever that means, I don't know. Thomas Hence, everybody knows Thomas Hence, I'm sure. And New York John, I don't know New York John. I've seen a couple of things that he's written. I can't remember whether they were tweeted or whether they were on Reddit, but anyway, and then it says guests, so we went and see. I did suggest to Falcon, although he hasn't got back to me, I suggested get in touch with Mike Griesbach, because he, I'm sure, would love the opportunity to come and talk about his books, because at the end of the day, it's all about selling his books to make a few bob out of the case. And another person I directed him to, sent him a video of, was Ken Kratz did an interview with a Roberta Glass. And so she might be somebody worth getting in touch with. Thoughts about a Guiltathon. As I say, I'm actually kind of pleased that it's going ahead, because all talk about the case is good. It's one of the things that all the attorneys have said, go out and talk about it, discuss it on social media, make a big thing out of it. Next on my list on the agenda. Mark Weigert. 2 classic lines. Number 1, who shot her in the head? Line number 2 was when I think it's Edelstein points out that there isn't a single bit of DNA, of Teresa's DNA, on over 900 exhibits taken into custody, taken into their possession from Stephen Avery. Over 900 items seized. Not one has the slightest bit of Teresa Holbach on it. And of course he famously says, well, they had 5 days to clear up. One of the interesting things about particularly your forensic evidence technicians, your forensic technicians, is they can go into a crime scene and they can look for any evidence of cleanup. Had there been any evidence of cleanup, then that would have been definitely highlighted in the court case. We now hear this nonsense about, oh, we could smell bleach. The experts went in there, they didn't find any evidence of cleaning up, and particularly what I wanted to point out was in the testimony of Nick Stalker, when he was questioned under cross-examination. One of the things I forgot to mention yesterday was that, yes, Dean Strang tied him down to this idea that, there wasn't any blood on the door handles, interior, exterior. There wasn't any blood on the steering wheel. There wasn't any blood on the gear shift. Sorry, it's left side. For the UK, I think it's the right side over here. I'll have to get used to that in about a month's time, driving up from Chicago. So the question was put to him about any evidence of any cleanup within the car. No. So if anybody suggests, well, the reason why there was only these few spots of blood was because Steve cleaned the rest away. No, absolutely did not happen. As I say, it did surprise me all the way through Making a Murder. I was expecting an expert to come forward from the defence and say, look, this is clearly planted blood in the RAV4, because of the fact that it's only in certain places, and that is if somebody is bleeding whereby they can leave blood by the ignition and on the seat and dried flakes, somebody's bleeding dried flakes, and on the door frame, then there would be blood elsewhere, unless it had been cleaned off. But no cleaning off of any sort whatsoever, because of course Stephen Avery was never in Teresa Holbach's vehicle. Who was? Well, as I said yesterday, on my list of suspects, aliens are way above Stephen Brendan. And I did pose this question to Falcon in a voice message. I said that, in all those months of having friendly conversation with Herman, one thing I consistently said was that if evidence comes to light that proves that Stephen Avery is guilty and that we have been wrong all along, I will be one of the first on the phone to you to apologise for ever questioning the integrity of your evidence technicians. But what should happen to your department when the opposite is true, when it is proven in a court of law? Well, I suspect that the one thing that will happen, of course, is the state will fight tooth and nail. And even when they've been proven wrong in a court of law, they will still protest that they believe that Steve and Brendan are guilty, and they will attempt to procure as many people to join their side in believing that Steve and Brendan are guilty, purely on the basis that we don't like him. We just don't like Stephen. That will be their, I am sure that will be their approach. They'll come out with something along the lines of, while we accept the fact that this has gone through court proceedings, and you know, we have to accept the result. We don't like the result. We don't believe that is the case. I'm pretty sure that that's what they're going to do all the way down the line. Anyway, I've kept you long enough again today. Once again, many thanks to Jerome. The flag, I think, looks great. It's added a nice bit of colour, and I've got it the right way around: black, yellow, and red. Surprisingly, so has the dude got his the right way around, which when I checked and saw that it was, I thought, very impressed. Thanks for the t-shirt, and I suggest that when it comes to the beer, I think you're going to have to help me in this reviewing this guide. I do know there are some particularly good Belgian beers. Yes, we've got our Stella Artois that the dude likes. And when I was in Amsterdam, they had the bottles of Duvel, and that was very, very nice. Very, very strong. I must confess that on the first night there, at about 1:30 in the morning, when I got off my chair, I did actually sort of kind of topple over a bit, and I thought, oh, this is stronger than I thought it was. Better get off to bed. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. As I say, looking forward to Guiltathon. Bring it on. It should be interesting. Okay, bye for now.